Ironman vs. Godzilla, a sweeping aerial shot of Tokyo at night. The cityscape is a symphony of lights and technology, with holographic billboards and flying cars, an advanced metropolis showcasing humanity's pinnacle of engineering. Data overlays appear on the screen, highlighting Tokyo's status as the world's leading city in technology, with a GDP exceeding $2 trillion and innovations in nanotechnology and quantum computing. Ominous undertones creep in as seismic data charts flash, displaying unusual spikes in tectonic activity, magnitude readings off the charts, and inexplicable energy signatures. A subtle electromagnetic pulse momentarily disrupts the city's power grid, causing a flicker of lights. Inside the ultra-modern Stark Industries Japan headquarters, Tony Stark, adorned in a sleek suit integrating smart fabric technology, is presenting the Arc Reactor Mark 7, a revolutionary energy source with 98% efficiency, a breakthrough in sustainable fusion energy. Suddenly, Jarvis interrupts with a holographic display of the Pacific Ocean. "Sir, detecting anomalous neutron radiation levels and biothermal signatures equivalent to a nuclear reactor, origin unknown," Jarvis reports. Satellite imagery reveals a massive object ascending from the ocean floor, disrupting marine ecosystems and causing a massive displacement of 3.5 million cubic meters of water. In a high-security bunker, Japanese officials and leading scientists analyze the data. Dr. Sarazawa, an expert in nuclear biology, explains, "The creature's energy readings suggest it feeds on nuclear material, possibly a relic from a prehistoric era, a living atomic age fossil." Military strategists debate deploying the JSDF's latest maser cannons, a weapon that emits concentrated microwaves, but concerns arise about collateral damage in densely populated areas. Godzilla's arrival. A tsunami warning blares as the ocean recedes unnaturally. Suddenly, an immense form breaches the surface. Godzilla, towering at over 120 meters and weighing 90,000 metric tons. His dorsal fins glow with Cherenkov radiation, indicating an internal, reactor-like energy source. Ships are tossed aside as if weightless. The waves generated are calculated at 30 meters high, slamming into coastal defenses. Godzilla's roar registers at 174 decibels, exceeding the threshold of pain and shattering nearby glass structures. Evacuation alarms ring throughout Tokyo. Emergency protocols swing into action, but the sheer speed of Godzilla's advance outpaces human response times. Traffic systems collapse under the strain. Algorithmic traffic controls fail, causing gridlocks. People flee on foot, the streets becoming a torrent of humanity. Back at Stark Industries, Tony swiftly dons the Mark LXX-4 Ironman suit, incorporating nanotech enhancements and energy absorption capabilities designed for high-energy conflicts. He initiates a direct link to global satellites, accessing real-time data. He contacts Pepper Potts. "Pepper, we have a situation. Code Red. Mobilize all Stark relief resources. This is bigger than anything we've faced." Iron Man launches into action, flying at Mach 3, reaching the danger zone in minutes. Utilizing the suit's AI-driven crowd control algorithms, he deploys repulsor barriers to redirect crowds safely. He releases EMPs to disable malfunctioning vehicles, blocking escape routes. Drones equipped with LiDAR and thermal imaging scatter to locate survivors trapped under debris. Iron Man interfaces with Tokyo's infrastructure grids, restoring power to critical services. Meeting face-to-face. Hovering before Godzilla, Iron Man activates acoustic dampeners to shield himself from the creature's roar. He scans Godzilla, collecting data on its cellular structure, noting regenerative abilities akin to axolotl-like healing factors and a radioactive isotope composition. "Let's see if we can reason," Tony mutters, broadcasting low-frequency signals. No response. The creature operates beyond known communication paradigms. Iron Man fires a concentrated unibeam blast, energy output equivalent to 3 gigajoules. It strikes Godzilla's hide, causing minimal damage, a mere 0.01% surface abrasion. Godzilla retaliates with a swing of his tail, generating kinetic forces measured at over 200,000 kilonewtons, sending Iron Man hurtling into a skyscraper. Assessing suit integrity down to 70% functionality, Iron Man decides on a strategic withdrawal. "Jarvis, we need a new approach. This isn't working," he concedes, flying back to establish a command center. In a concealed quantum lab, Tony pores over the data. Godzilla's biology is a bionuclear reactor. His cells act like stable fusion generators, and his dermal layer is composed of an unknown heavy element, possibly element 126, offering incredible durability. He connects with Dr. Bruce Banner via a secure channel. "Bruce, I'm dealing with a creature that absorbs and emits nuclear energy. Thoughts?" Banner responds, "If we can induce a beta decay in his cells, perhaps we can destabilize his energy absorption temporarily. But we have to be careful. Miscalculations could lead to a nuclear explosion equivalent to several megatons." Godzilla advances. Godzilla continues his march, now approaching the Shinjuku district, home to over 350,000 people. The military launches Type 10 tanks and F-35 jets, equipped with the latest in armor-piercing munitions and high-frequency EM disruptors. All efforts fail. The munitions dissolve upon impact due to Godzilla's radiation shielding. Global media outlets broadcast live feeds. International debates ignite about deploying nuclear options, a controversial move given the historical context in Japan. Social media platforms trend with #SaveTokyo as the world watches in horror and empathy. Tony theorizes, "If we can overload Godzilla's energy absorption, perhaps we can induce a temporary systemic shock." He modifies his suit to channel the full power of the arc reactor, potentially outputting up to 15 petawatts for a brief period. Jarvis warns, "Sir, this could result in catastrophic fallout." Tony reflects, the needs of the many. He contemplates the potential loss of life versus the greater good, acutely aware of the ethical implications and the Environmental Modification Convention protocols. Ironman takes to the skies once more. The suit, now glowing with overwhelming energy, leaves a trail of ionized particles. The battle begins with a clash of titans. Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath, a beam of superheated plasma reaching temperatures of 500,000 degrees Celsius. Iron Man counters with his own plasma beams, utilizing magnetic confinement to stabilize the energy streams. The collision creates a massive explosion, the shockwave registering as a 4.5 magnitude earthquake. Seizing an opening, Iron Man overclocks the arc reactor, directing an energy surge straight into Godzilla's chest. Sensors indicate Godzilla's energy levels spiking uncontrollably. Suddenly, fissures in the ground erupt as smaller creatures, MUTOs, massive unidentified terrestrial organisms, emerge, drawn by the energy overload. They begin to swarm, disrupting both combatants. Recognizing the real enemy, Iron Man quickly analyzes the MUTOs, parasitic organisms, feeding on nuclear energy. If they proliferate, they could destabilize the planet's geothermal balance. He notices Godzilla shifting focus to the MUTOs. A realization dawns: Godzilla isn't merely a destroyer, but a force maintaining balance. "All right, big guy, let's do this together," Tony quips. Using quantum entanglement communication, he syncs attack patterns with Godzilla. Iron Man targets airborne MUTOs with precision-guided micromissiles, each with nanoshrapnel designed to disrupt biological function at the cellular level. Godzilla unleashes a powerful nuclear pulse, an omnidirectional wave decimating ground forces. The combined assault begins to thin the swarm. As the last MUTO falls, Iron Man's suit is drained, operating at 5% capacity. Godzilla, though wounded, stands resilient. The immediate threat is neutralized. Mutual respect. Iron Man hovers at eye level with Godzilla. There's a moment, a silent exchange acknowledging each other's role. Godzilla emits a softer growl before turning back towards the sea. "Until next time," Tony muses as he watches the creature wade into the ocean depths, disappearing from sight. Assessing the damage. The extent of the destruction is immense, economic losses estimated at over $500 billion. Yet lives were saved thanks to the combined efforts. International aid pours in. Tony allocates Stark Foundation resources to rebuild, integrating advanced technologies for better disaster preparedness. On a temporary platform overlooking the city, Tony stands with Pepper. "We dodged a bullet, but for how long?" he ponders. Pepper replies, "Perhaps it's time we look beyond earthbound solutions. The universe is vast, and threats come in all forms." Tony nods, considering the future and the role he must play. Global impact. News outlets discuss the implications of the battle. Scientists worldwide begin researching xenobiology and exo-threat deterrence. Debates spark at the United Nations about forming a unified global defense initiative. In his lab, Tony detects unusual signals originating from beyond Earth's atmosphere, encrypted messages hinting at extraterrestrial origins. A message from Nick Fury pops up. "Stark, we need to talk." It's about the Avenger Initiative. Ironman takes off into the night sky, a solitary figure against the backdrop of a world on the cusp of a new era. The ocean waves gently, but beneath, a familiar silhouette swims silently, a reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and the forces of nature. Hidden menace. Deep within the Marianas Trench, sensors detect movement. An ancient cavern collapses, and a colossal eye opens, glowing with an otherworldly light. A new apex predator has awakened, stirred by the ripples of the recent confrontation.